Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I have been feeling a really powerful shift taking place in our collective, specifically leading up to, I'm hearing build up. So there was a lot of energetic build up, momentum building up energetically to the date of the new moon in Virgo, which was on August 27th. And I feel like that was almost this kind of peak moment for us energetically. Leading up to this, you may have felt a lot of intense feelings rising to the surface. In fact, at certain points, even physically, you may have just felt so exhausted that some of these energies were almost debilitating to you. You may have found that it was difficult to function when it came to some of your daily tasks or routines. Yeah, some of the things that could have been coming up with financial constraints upright, you may have found yourself focusing negatively without meaning to on certain aspects of your physical life, specifically things related to career, business, finances. You may have found yourself focusing on the negatives with some of these things, or just having some fears coming to the surface with some of this, feeling either trapped or very unsettled in some type of way. Again, especially related to career and finance and business. This could also be life purpose related for some as well. Additionally, you may have felt as though with door to romance reversed, things in love were feeling very convoluted. Certain things just didn't seem to be, I'm hearing clicking, coming together. Doors felt like they were remaining closed that should be opening. There may have been a lack of clarity in certain love situations. And all of this leading to, with hostilities in the midway position, internal conflicts, but also a lot of emotions coming up associated with this internal conflict with the sacral chakra in the upright position. And specifically for those of you on a twin flame path with yin yang upright, you may have found that a lot of these emotions were associated with your twin flame, with this path, but also, again, a lot of internal conflict coming up as well around your twin flame. Door to value reversed. I'm hearing moments of feeling really powerless, feeling really worthless. A lot of these feelings rising to the surface, some of these may be feelings you haven't had in a very long time. You may have gone through a period of time where you felt very stable, where you felt very balanced, at peace. But then all of a sudden, around the time of this new moon, so much could have been coming up for you once again. So in this reading, I want to speak to these energies that were coming up around the time of this new moon in Virgo. Do keep in mind, this will not resonate for everyone. So only take it as it connects with you personally. But I want to speak to that subset of people here as part of our beautiful YouTube collective who may have felt a lot of these anxieties coming up, a lot of these uncertainties, these feelings of internal conflict surfacing around the new moon in Virgo. And right away I heard it's for the purpose of grounding you, meaning through bringing to the surface much of what has subconsciously kept you, I'm hearing stuck, or kept you kind of drifting, you are actually going to ground yourself to really, truly, deeply stabilize yourself. Not just in the physical world, but in the physical world along a truly fulfilling, meaningful life path for you. Because what I'm getting from the person I'm picking up on here, it's almost like in the past, prior to awakening spiritually, you may have felt more grounded in the physical world. You may have felt more socially connected. You may have felt as though more things in your life looked like accomplishments and successes to other people. But prior to your awakening, you may have felt a deep sense of unfulfillment, even within these achievements, even within these accomplishments. For some, this may even be within certain romantic relationships, social relationships. So now, after your awakening, you found yourself in the void, in the sense that everything that was disaligned with your highest soul's path had to be broken down, had to be torn down. But in the process, you were left with all of this empty space that we often refer to as, again, the void, an ego death experience. And I get that part of what this new moon in Virgo has been about for you is, of course, the anxieties card coming up here, bringing up anxieties that have actually been sitting on your heart very unconsciously, even in those moments of peace or contentment that you may have been feeling prior to these feelings coming up. They were still there subconsciously, holding you back in certain ways that you may have not been fully aware of. So what the new moon in Virgo was asking of you was for you to face those deeply unconscious aspects of yourself that may cause you a lot of pain when they rise to the surface, but also through facing these aspects of self, these patterns, these thought dynamics more consciously, you are bringing them into the light. I'm hearing simply by feeling them, simply by experiencing them, you are bringing them into the light of your consciousness. And in doing so, you are actually seeding in, grounding in more of that light, which is resulting in this stabilization of you. And of course, I shuffled the cards, and once again, the yin yang card, the number 1 twin flame card, coming out here in the upright position. Clearly, I'm going to have to include something about twin flames in the title of this video, even though I didn't intend for this to specifically be a twin flame video. It does seem that whoever I'm speaking to is on some type of a twin flame path, and through the surfacing of these thought dynamics, of these thought patterns that our ego might be labeling as negative, these moments of uncertainty, these moments of feeling really, I'm hearing, unsure of ourselves, something is actually coming into a profound alignment energetically within us. And what this is manifesting is an opening up of communication with the throat chakra in the upright position. I'm hearing that this opening up of communication, although we would think of this traditionally as being an opening of communication between yourself and your physical twin flame counterpart, if you are in a twin flame path, I'm seeing that this opening actually begins and must begin energetically with an opening of your communication between yourself as we perceive the self, the physical self, and the higher self, which of course, when there is a more open communication between your higher self and your physical conscious self, we call that being more intuitive, being more intuitively connected. So I'm getting that for you. You may have felt in the aftermath of some of these intense emotions coming up, although they may have caused you to feel unbalanced, it's because, and what I'm getting for you is you may have felt unbalanced in the physical world because your ego was labeling the experience of being so profoundly spiritually activated and opened and energetically shifted that this, at the time of the new moon in Virgo, was taking up all of your time, your focus, your energy, physically, mentally, emotionally, this unconscious spiritual activation happening within you. But of course, the ego, the human self, can't understand consciously through the mind these kinds of spiritual activations. So it simply labels them as, I'm in a downward spiral, or it labels it as, I am having trouble getting out of bed, or I need to sleep more frequently. or I'm not being as quote unquote productive in my physical work, in my material world. So I feel your spirit guides stepping in here to say, have the courage to release those judgments and labels that surface from the ego mind that tries to overlay judgments on highly spiritual activations, downloads, shifts that it doesn't understand. It doesn't understand why these things impact you, but that doesn't mean that these experiences aren't real, aren't powerful, aren't shifting and aligning you in a really profound way that, again, the ego mind here just doesn't understand. Angel of Strength reversed and Door to Romance reversed. Can I get some clarification on these cards here? Man holding a coin upright. I feel a divine feminine saying, I feel powerless to open the door in love. I feel like I have no control here when it comes to moving this forward or opening this door. But the higher self is stepping in here to say the reason you feel as though you have no control here is because this masculine's awakening has to happen on his own time, at his own pace, with Door to Spirit reversed. I feel a slow and gradual yet steady awakening happening within this masculine who could be your divine masculine counterpart, who is spending a lot of time alone by himself. Now, this was coming up a lot in the twin flame / soulmate reading, the collective energy reading I did earlier today, posted 12 hours ago at noon. So this reading may resonate with you and your twin flame situation as well, and I do recommend exploring that reading. But what I'm getting from this divine masculine is strategy upright. The communication manifesting forward in your twin flame connection through this new moon in Virgo looks like this masculine, first of all, more consciously receiving intuition about what this connection is, what it truly means to him, more consciously connecting with what you, divine feminine, mean to him, which is leading him to really long for you back in his physical sphere of existence in his life. With walking away reversed, it's either I want to come back or I want you to come back. This longing has become so intense that he's actually moving forward into mentally really creating, I'm hearing, structuring the future of his life within his mind in a way that would include you, because there is this realization that from his perspective, there's no real fulfillment for him outside of this connection. Without you, it feels like to this divine masculine with storm warning upright, there are only storms. There is only darkness, conflict in the form of constantly fighting against himself and the unconscious knowing that continuously seems to just hit him, to pummel him. And that knowing is that you are his person, that you are the one he wants to be with. But again, I feel like a lot of this is just now being consciously realized by this masculine through his gradual, steady spiritual awakening, which is with the Magician and the Mirror upright. Of course, the second twin flame card in this deck coming out here. And the infinity symbol on this card is really standing out, representing eternality. This masculine realizing that this connection is eternal. With caring connections reversed, it's like, I can't give my love, my care, my affection to anyone else and feel truly fulfilled. I would only be living a lie with deceit in the upright position. And in fact, I do feel that for a long time, this masculine was living a lie, in the sense that he was trying to convince himself that he could feel fulfilled without you, divine feminine, physically in his life. But now with Magician in the Mirror, again, I reshuffled the deck and this card came out again. I'm hearing the name John for someone. This card came out again because through this masculine's gradual, steady, unfolding awakening, something deep is coming into balance within him, which is bringing clarity. And I feel that a lot of this clarity came around the time of the new moon in Virgo, which is why you, Divine Feminine, may have felt some of these shifts so intensely around that time. It's as though you were feeling your divine masculine counterpart getting this clarity, and this was hitting you energetically, literally knocking you over with the intensity of the clear realizations he was having about you and about this connection. With Happy Family upright, this is the reunion card in the deck, realizing that he desires a reconnection with you, a reunion, being together in the physical. That with appreciation reversed, he wasn't actively showing you the admiration, the love, the appreciation that you deserved. And he sees that now so clearly, and through that clear sight realizes he was being so blind in the past. With Angel of Love upright, realizing that you are the only one. It's like this is a two-sided message here, because this card speaks to unconditional love, but what I see from this masculine is his realization that not only were you, Divine Feminine, the only one who ever gave him truly unconditional love. I'm hearing the name Stort for some reason, but also that he has only ever given, loved someone else fully, deeply, and completely when it came to you, even though he feels like he didn't do a very good job expressing that love with appreciation reversed. He's realizing that he's never felt a love from another person that was truly unconditional in this way, but also that he wouldn't be capable of loving anyone in this way. Yeah, caring connections upright. I want to support you in the ways that I may have not supported you in the past. And once again, it's like he just keeps saying over and over, I want you back, or I want to come back. I want you to come back. Walking away reverse just keeps coming out here over and over again. And what I see from that card recurring, coming out continuously, is this masculine continuously saying, come back to me. I feel something about dreams here coming up as well. This masculine might be connecting with you a lot through dreams or through the 5D realm. And although these dreams might have different scenarios in them, different themes, the overarching message of the soul coming through these dreams is this masculine really trying to pull you back into his orbit, into his, again, his sphere of physical existence, wanting to get closer to you again. So what else does this masculine want to say? Guys, you will not believe this. Once again, I reshuffled, walking away reversed has come out like 4 times in this reading. Come back, or I want you back. That card just continuously coming up here. Which is why, Divine Feminine, with Angel of Strength reversed, if you've had moments of what your ego would perceive as weakness around the time of this full moon, feeling a bit hopeless, feeling a bit confused, disjointed, lost, with cornucopia reversed, what you really could be feeling is this divine masculine pulling you back, pulling on your energy. It's not that you yourself are necessarily feeling unsure about your life path, your choices, your dreams, whatever. It's that this masculine is pulling on you energetically, which then you are subconsciously picking up on and interpreting as uncertainty, as confusion, as internal conflict, wondering, am I going in the right direction? Because I do feel that you, Divine Feminine, may have taken a path towards really focusing on your own self-love. I'm hearing everything you didn't give to me, I'm now giving to myself with appreciation in the upright position. But when this masculine that you are connected to starts to pull on your energy, it makes it very difficult at times for you to feel really stable, really grounded within yourself, because essentially he is calling you back. He is pulling you back. But it's important to remember, and what your guides want you to remember, Divine Feminine, with door to personal healing and happiness reversed, is that you must continue to stabilize your sense of happiness within yourself. And this masculine must also find fulfillment, find balance, find peace within himself, heal within himself as well. That to seek externally rather than finding within here would be to really sink back into patterns of codependency. And I do feel with the contract card upright, in the past, one of the karmic cycles that you and this masculine may have come to heal may have been a pattern of codependency of, I'm hearing this masculine using you, Divine Feminine, for an external sense of their spiritual nature, their emotionality that they weren't willing to go within for. Whereas you may have externally utilized this physical masculine for a sense of validation, confidence, external strength that you are now being guided to find within yourself. And of course, the card I'm sorry comes out here. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. So I feel that some of the energetic activations, the intensity you may have felt around the new moon, was this divine masculine uprooting a lot of patterns, dynamics within himself. But in the process, as he emotionally self-reconnects, he's been feeling this intensification of longing toward you, Divine Feminine, which causes you again to feel his pull, which is really you feeling his clarity, feeling his activations, which is actually an intensely beautiful thing. It's a positive thing in the sense that it speaks to so much growth happening within your divine masculine counterpart that you are sensing and feeling. But at the same time, your spirit guides are reminding you with big picture thinking to focus on the big picture here, meaning to really focus on your broader goals for yourself, your life, focusing on aligning with that version of yourself, allowing yourself to feel whatever comes up with sacral chakra upright, knowing that through the feeling, through the experiencing of these emotions, there is light working taking place. You are taking unconscious feelings, thoughts, experiences stored within the shadow self, bringing them into the light of your consciousness. And in doing so, you are raising your vibration, healing yourself, which is shifting your divine counterpart into balance and actually uplifting all of collective consciousness as well. This is powerful light work that you are doing simply by allowing yourself to feel, to experience the emotions as they surface, rather than labeling them as negative and trying to swallow them back down. I feel that the key theme of this reading is to know that you are shifting so much more than you consciously realize at times, and that through all of this, with the temple path upright, you are aligning with that highest vibrational path. And at the same time, uprooting with deceit uprights, any remnants of illusion, any points of disconnection from that highest truth, from that highest path. Everything is being brought into the light. Everything is being brought to the surface of your consciousness. And this is beautiful. This is divine with the crown chakra in the upright position. This is, again, spiritually activating you to that next level, to that highest soul's path. And final closing card, Goddess of the Moon upright. Through all of that, you, Divine Feminine, are taking back, reclaiming your power, getting to that next level of expansion with the World card here. So I really hope that this reading helped to provide some sense of clarity, especially for some of you who are divine feminines listening who may have been going through some of this recently or around the time of the new moon in Virgo. If you are still feeling some of these energies, I do really recommend exploring my new moon energy clearing subliminal meditation, because we do actually feel these new moon shifts and energies usually around 3 days prior and 3 days after the peak of the event. So it's more than likely you are still feeling and really processing some of these new moon activations. So this subliminal will help to expedite this process and also will allow you to consciously harness the power, the energy of the new moon, and direct that power toward manifesting your heart's desires, while at the same time helping to stabilize you during such an intense energetic event. So this subliminal comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com. As you can see on the screen, on this website, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts like confidence, happiness, anxiety relief, for love and relationships, for energy clearing, for twin flames, and so much more. And when you create a free trial account on my website, you can try out any subliminal I've created completely free for 7 days. So all of the information on that is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. And again, this subliminal is just a really powerful way to help you really energetically clear yourself, stabilize yourself, and harness the new moon energy toward manifesting your heart and soul desires. One final card for you from the Starseed Oracle is the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So I'm just going to share a little bit from the guidebook here before we close this reading. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. What a beautiful message to close this reading. If you haven't yet subscribed, I do invite you to subscribe and join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. An added benefit of subscribing is that this does allow me to pick up on your energy more easily and channel more specific messages for you in future reading videos. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post twin flame content information, energy updates, and inspiring information to keep your vibration high all day long. Have a beautiful, magical rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next video.